Let's be honest, we all use AI. It's everywhere. But are we really thinking about how we're using it? Is it just an assistant, something to get our work done faster? Or could it be something more, a tool that actually helps us think better? The difference between those two things is absolutely critical, and it could change everything about how we approach our work.
So, to see what I mean, let's just paint a picture. Think about a totally normal day for a modern knowledge worker. It probably looks, well, a lot like this. You get to your desk, you open your laptop, and boom, the inbox is a disaster. What's the first thing you do? Summarize my emails. And just like that, it's done. Okay, now you've got to reply to that one tricky email. No sweat. You just tell the AI, write a response. Easy enough. Next on the list is that big report you've been putting off. The blank page is staring at you. But not for long. You drop in a couple of links and just say, draft this report. Problem solved. And what about that mountain of data in the spreadsheet? Don't even worry about it. Analyze this data. The AI will find the trends for you. And after a whole day of this, summarize, respond, draft, analyze, you might lean back in your chair and realize something a little unsettling. You feel like you've become what the source material for this explainer calls a professional validator of a robot's opinions. Think about that. You're not really creating or analyzing anymore. You're just validating. Your main job has become just nodding along with the machine. And look, this isn't some sci-fi future we're talking about. This is happening right now, today. And all of this convenience, well, it comes with a pretty steep and often hidden cost to our most important skills.
Welcome to the era of what's being called outsourced reason. This is the point where we stop directly engaging with our own work. We become, as one writer put it, intellectual tourists. We're just visiting our own ideas. We're not really living inside of them anymore.
And the impacts aren't just a vague feeling. No, they're specific and, frankly, pretty concerning. Research is showing that when we rely too heavily on AI assistants, our collective creativity actually shrinks. We start putting less effort into our critical thinking. We even remember less of what the AI writes or summarizes for us. And maybe the trickiest one of all, our metacognition, our very ability to think about our own thinking, it just starts to fade away. I love this quote from the source material. It just nails the absurdity of the situation. It's like we invented a cure for exercise, and then we're all standing around wondering why we get out of breath just walking up the stairs. We've outsourced the work of thinking. But here's the thing. Thinking wasn't the problem we needed to solve. It is the exercise. It's the very thing that keeps our minds sharp. Okay, but it doesn't have to be this way. This isn't some inevitable future. We can actually shift our whole perspective here. Instead of an AI that just obeys our every command, what if? What if we had an AI that actually challenges us? An AI that becomes a true tool for thought? Now, this comparison right here is really the heart of the whole idea. An assistant, it just obeys you. It gets the job done faster. But a tool for thought, its job is to challenge you, to push back, helping you get the job done better. One gives you what it thinks are the right answers. The other helps you ask the right questions. This is about shifting from just automating the stuff we already know how to do to really exploring the unknown. So what does this actually look like in the real world? This all sounds great in theory, right? Let's make it concrete. We're going to walk through a quick example with a user we'll call Clara. So Clara needs to write a big proposal, but instead of just telling the AI to write it, she starts by loading all the source documents herself, the transcripts, the reports, all of it. Then she reads through them, using these cool lenses that help her spot key details. And here's the twist. Instead of answers, the AI gives her critiques. It offers up alternative viewpoints. So then Clara manually builds her own outline, and only after all that, after she's done the hard thinking, does she ask the AI to generate a draft based on her structure. You see the difference? Unlike the validator from the beginning, Clara is in the driver's seat the entire time. And that key concept here is what the source material calls provocations. These are not just gentle suggestions that you're supposed to accept. No, they're specifically designed to get you to think, to challenge your argument, to poke holes in it, and to force you to defend your position. The wild part is, even if you reject the AI's provocation, it's already done its job, because it made you think more deeply. And that right there is the fundamental difference. The AI is definitely assisting, yes, but Clara is the one doing the heavy cognitive lifting. She's deeply engaged with the material, she's making the important decisions, and in the end, she has truly authored the document herself.
So let's just zoom out for a second. Why is this so important? Why should we care about protecting this process of thinking for ourselves? Well, it's about a lot more than just writing better reports at work. It's about preserving what we might call human agency.
The good news is we can actually build AI with these principles in mind. First, we need tools that preserve our engagement with the material, keeping us in the loop. Second, we need tools that offer what you could call productive resistance. They should challenge us instead of just agreeing with everything. And third, we need tools that help scaffold our metacognition, that give us a framework to examine our own thought processes. You see, when you boil it all down, this isn't about giving up speed for quality. The goal is simply better, deeper thinking. Efficiency might be a nice side effect, sure, but it's no longer the main objective.
We've faced these kinds of big questions before. People worried when writing was invented that we'd all lose our ability to remember things. They freaked out about maps, thinking we'd lose our innate sense of direction.
But this time today, the stakes just feel so much higher, don't they? We're not just talking about memory or navigation anymore. The question has gotten a lot bigger. Now we're asking if we should start outsourcing the very things that make us human, our ability to think critically, to feel deeply, even to love.
And that leaves us with one final, crucial question. It's a choice that we're all making, really, every single time we open an app or type a command into a chat box. So, what will you choose? A tool that does the thinking for you, or one that helps you think better than ever before?